So guys, page 9 of Awesome, chapter summary, 9 and 10 actually, chapter summary and questions and summary of the questions as well. Let's go. Okay, chapter 9, out of pure anger and hatred and, like we said, a lot of resentment, Boris is actually trying to plan how to execute his plan to poison his dad. He's got rat poison in his luggage. It's very much like the butcher. Remember, he bought this from the drug dealer the butcher said it would be. The rat poison is very odorless and tasteless. Um, although taste testing anything beyond an amount the size of a knife point will be very dangerous. Okay. While he's doing this, suddenly he hears his dad's voice asking for help in the kitchen. He's busy with food. He wants Barry's, even though Barry's, as he tells his dad, don't he doesn't make food. It's a perfect opportunity, of course, to poison his dad. Okay. Uh, Paul, his eyes on Barry's though like a hawk, so he never gets the chance to do this. They're busy with the meal, mostly vegetables. To Boris's not to delight. I think his dad is completely aware that he is going through withdrawal symptoms and a bad time, and he needs to eat healthy, especially now. Okay. Paul challenges Boris to a game of chess. At first, he flatly refuses. Um, they do they do agree on maybe something to smoke, but it's obviously a large craving for marijuana. So maybe if Paris beats him, he might be able to get something for him to smoke. All right. They play best out of three. Baris now suddenly mentions that he's actually uh, quite good. He played at school. Paul, however, is too strong of an opponent, and Baris getting more and more frustrated, can't win. Okay. After he actually just gets so frustrated, he just storms out later on. He's very angry, obviously at his dad, and now because he can't win to get something to smoke. Okay. Um, Later on, he sneaks into his dad's room. His dad's not there to look around at all the pictures and stuff. There's even a nostalgic teddy bear he used to carry around. He looks around and finds even the he even finds all. Remember, he spoke to his mom about writing his dad cards. Did she ever send him the cards, the letters? Why did his dad never reply? And here he actually found every single one of the cards or letters that his dad sent, his dad kept. But remember, his dad never replied. So this doesn't make him happy or sad, makes him actually furious that his dad never bothered to reply. He knows about the bottle of brandy, remember? Takes it out under the or from the mattress, uncork it, and then put the rat poison in there. Okay. He does spill a bit, but he closes it up and hides it when he hears his dad's voice. Okay. His dad appears in the room asking what he's up to, and his buddy lies and says he's just looking around. Okay. Again, his dad asks him for help in the kitchen of food. Barry says, "Look, I'm not your kitchen help. No, thank you." Then lastly, chapter 10. Okay. Barry spends a bit of time on the beach watching the waves uh, form a foam in the water as they crash on the shore and the rocks and everything. He sees a teen nearby wearing a pair of jeans that was cuffed at the ankles and a denim jacket with a peace symbol on the back. And we immediately recognizes his clothes of his own. Remember, they had to leave some of the stuff after the buggy breakdown, and some of the stuff disappeared. Okay. He chases him, but quickly loses this teen boy amongst the rocks. He realizes he's quite far from home now, but curiosity lets him explore for a while. Then, remember Olga, Steph's girlfriend, and the girl from the paintings in the house? He comes across her um, while she is sunbathing and ends up just sitting there or standing there and staring at her until she notices his gaze. She screams at him, peeping Tom. Stunned Barry is hiding a few seconds, and when he looks over to the rocks where she was gone. Right. Um, Going back to the house, he finds Paul and Steph and Olga at the house now tanning there. Steph introduces Olga, who teasingly quips that they've met before, but she doesn't say anything. She's scaring Boris a bit, because she might tell Steph that he's a peeping Tom. He doesn't say much now, but he does ask what she was wearing, and she says the same thing she's wearing now. Um, in reference to a rainbow-colored bikini, she was definitely wearing less when Buddy spied on her. An interesting thing here is he couldn't help notice fear in her voice. So obviously she's scared at Steph. Steph comes, Steph shows the possibility of being an aggressive man, a dangerous man. Okay. Paul tells him he got Barry's cell phone and a SIM card. Remember, Sergeant Shorter gave them some stuff, the Nico, the police woman, this, including a SIM card. They also have power now, the generator's running. Um, the generator sounds terrible, almost like his upset stomach, as he explains it. Um, Steph tells Burries now that the stuff they left behind the rock when the buggy broke down is missing, maybe taken by passers-by. He asks what Burries was looking for in those spots when he was walking, and Burries explains that he was keen to find his belongings, and he even caught a glimpse of a child wearing his clothing. So you'll rather not say that he was a peeping Tom. Okay, that's it up to chapter 10, guys. Please remember to also use your guide for these chapters. It's very, very, very helpful. Okay, a very thorough English explanation. On to question 9 and 10's chapter 9 and 10's questions. As always, vraag 1 is werk on jou spinnekop diagram. Add the info, add Olga there, add everything that you feel is important to the story. Vraag 2, Barry's. I just hold on. I just got the correct document open here. I've actually opened up um, the memo. Just hold on a second for me, please. Right, so werk on jou spinnekop diagram, guys. And then the questions for chapter 9. Question 2, vraag 2. Hoe sou jy Barry se houding teenoor Paul, bladsy 84 tot 87 opsom? Dink jy hy gaan geleidelik 'n ordentlike tiener word? Motiveer jou antwoord. How would you summarize Barry's attitude towards Paul on page 84 to 87? Do you think he will later maybe become a decent, well-mannered teenager? Motivate your answer. Vraag 3. Wat dink jy van Barry se gedrag teenoor Paul in hierdie stadium van die verhaal? Konsentreer op bladsy 89 tot 90. What do you think of Barry's attitude against or towards Paul on pages 89 to 90? Guys, in short, 84 to 87 is where they play chess, and he's very challenging towards his dad, but at stages it looks like he might be number one interested in his dad, and he might be a bit more normal than the angry teenager he is. And then pages 89 to 90, it's absolute hate and frustration and resentment because he saw the cards, and then he puts poison in the brandy. Okay. Vraag 4 op bladsy 95 lees ons: daar is vrees in haar, Olga se stem, en in haar oë. Vir wie is Olga bang, dink jy? En hoekom? Motiveer jou antwoord. On page 95, like we just read, there is fear in Olga's voice and her eyes when she answers Steph's question. I basically gave you a part of the answer, but they are asking, who is she scared of and why do you think so? Motivate your answer. Thank you, guys. Use the guide to help you. Okay. The memos and all the questions and the videos will now be available for up to chapter 10 on Awesome. Bye-bye.